Yeah.
Just going? All right. Oh, there we go. We're going.
Recording in progress. We're going. Before we even started, about 30 seconds ago, we were jamming out to Dancing on My Own.
I was singing a different song, and then I turned my audio on. 1 second, please.
Yo, professionals over here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't know we were just going to start recording. I was like, yeah, I don't know if, I was going to ask some questions, but we're good.
Absolutely. We are back. Welcome back, .NET Phillies. Obviously, we are here again, back-to-back days. Yesterday, I had Matt on. Now, today, I am joined for the very first time by my good buddy, Will. Will, how the hell are you doing, buddy?
I'm wonderful, Jared. I'm wonderful. If you had told me, 3-4 weeks ago that you'd be inviting me onto your podcast in the last week of October, I would have assumed that we'd be talking about why Trey Turner should sign with the Phillies. But
that's a podcast.
That's that's a different topic for a different day. That's not why we're here. We're here to talk about these goddamn Philadelphia Phillies.
Because Will, in case you
I don't know if you heard, Jared.
I don't know if you heard, but in the World Series.
They might be going to the World Series. It's funny. When they clinched it the other day, it was like, then the 5 minutes after, one of the thoughts I had was like, damn, Jared picked a good year to start his podcast.
Yeah, listen, am I saying I'm the reason they're in the World Series? Maybe. Just maybe. But basically what we're going to do today is kind of just talk about a little bit of the series. Obviously I went through that yesterday, but we can cover a few things. We'll probably have some amazing takes with that. And then we're going to talk about some of the Phillies past teams that we had to sit through.
Are we doing that?
Absolutely.
Oh, this is
and then we'll wrap it up with some predictions about the World Series coming up. So, Will, how were you feeling during that entire Padres series? Take me through your journey as the Phillies took that series.
Yeah, it's interesting. When looking at the team, if you'd given me like a piece of paper and told me these are 3 teams we're going to play leading up to the World Series, I would have expected the Padres series to be the one that I kind of sit back and I'm not worried about. But I think easily, they gave us the best fight. The 4-1 series outcome, I don't think it really speaks to how close it was.
Yeah.
They got some dudes over there. It's very similar teams to the Phillies. It's a lot of like free agent buildup, and it's a lot of names that you don't realize. You look at the roster, it's like, oh wow, they got some hitters on that team. Built for the postseason. Ask Los Angeles about that.
You mean the 111 win?
111 win. What's up with winning that many games and getting bounced in the LDS?
Because Dave Roberts sucks at his job.
No, I know, but even you look back, what was it?
The Mariners.
The Mariners, 119, and I couldn't tell you who they lost to, but I know they lost.
Yeah.
But no, it was I don't think there was a time where I was necessarily worried. I was thinking towards the end of Game 5, like I heard Jack Fritz say it on WIP, like you're still up 3-2, but you go to San Diego and you don't know if you're coming back.
Exactly. Especially with Nola on the hill, that would have been a Game 6.
Yeah, Nola on the hill. Yeah, and I mean Blake Snell's like, he's
the no chin wonder.
I know. I guess he doesn't have a chin yet. He's not a good
dude. He looks like a Bob's Burgers character, for God's sakes.
Oh, you're right. He kind of does look like a Bob's Burgers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, it doesn't feel real. I got to say, waking up. I don't know if you stayed up to watch that the clincher for the Padres against the Dodgers.
No, I didn't. I saw. I woke up and I'm like, oh, that's who we're.
That's
playing.
Exact. So I was at my buddy's house after I was at the NLDS clincher, and I tried to stay up, but I fell asleep. And I swear, waking up and seeing it like 7 a.m, like Padres eliminate Dodgers, that it felt almost as good as clinching, man.
Yeah. Because going into the series, I honestly said I would much rather face the Dodgers in that situation. Hear me out.
I'll listen.
Hear me out. Because Dave Roberts sucks in the postseason. Dave Roberts does not know how to manage a bullpen, manage a rotation in October. The only I don't know. I'm kind of backtracking on this as I'm explaining it, but I felt like the Dodgers. I felt like the Dodgers weren't. I wasn't afraid of the Dodgers more than I was of the Padres, because I feel like the Dodgers are like cocky in the sense that, they're supposed to be there. They know they're the best team. They know all this.
I know. I don't know why it just
the Padres just had that momentum going. That kind of scared me a little bit.
And that's why nobody, wanted to or wants to play the Phillies. It's that momentum, and we see it every year in baseball. I heard you and your boy Matt saying, and he couldn't have put it any better. But the fact that he said, like, I didn't think this was allowed to be us.
No.
This feels illegal. It was in when we beat the Cardinals. I was sitting right here and I was watching them like sing the Dancing on My Own. I was like, this is not.
Is this allowed?
The Phillies are not the scrappy little get a fight song and just run with it team. But
we are now, baby.
Now the Dodgers really, I don't know why, but signing Freddie Freeman just felt like I don't know.
How do you lose to that team?
Exactly. Like there's been good Dodgers teams in the past,
but that team this year was great. Yeah, dude, Freddie, it was World Series or it's a failure of a season.
I mean, Dave Roberts said in July, I think it was at the All-Star.
Yeah, he's like,
we're winning the World Series. And at that point, he said that, and I probably said, like, yeah, they are.
Yeah, because they're just that good. At that point in the season, we're like, just get to the playoffs and we'll see what happens. And what happened is we're in the World Series.
We were that good.
We were indeed that good. So yeah,
team, man.
Another question I have for you, young William.
Yes, of course. I'm older than you, but go on.
Yeah, no, dude, we don't have to talk about that. It's fine. Where were you when Bryce Harper hit that home run to clinch to the World Series?
Yeah, so I went down to my friend's place in like the Roxborough, Manayunk area. I've got 4 buddies that live down there, and we were, it was kind of like a dreary Sunday, and they had gone out the night before. I wanted to stay in to like actually like watch it, but we were back and forth like, dude, get down to Xfinity, like, if they clinch, it'll be electric down there. We eventually like, we got people up here, let's just stay in and watch the game. And like, you'll agree that sloppy inning was just like this.
That felt like the most Phillies thing.
That was it. The Phillies I was waiting for this entire
is
run.
Coming out there.
Here they are. Yeah. No, Dominguez is throwing bounce passes to the catcher.
But I mean, like, it was revenge for 2008.
Oh, dude, it was revenge for all of it. This has all been revenge for all of it. But no, so I was sitting. We were like at this little cramped in living room, and I like everyone else watching at home did not think it was a home run off the bat.
I thought it was a double off the bat.
I thought it was a foul ball, like especially the way Bryce looked at it. He just kind of, he just was staring at it, and I thought he was going to walk back into the box. And once the camera flipped and you see it, it's not going against the line. It's going out. And my buddy Eric was right next to me. I just grabbed him. I just on the couch, just like, oh my God, hugging everyone I could see. It's like, where were you when Bryce Harper cemented himself as a Philadelphia sports?
I mean, he already did when I feel like everybody loves Bryce Harper in this city. And I feel like the Grand Slam in 2019, that was another big moment. The MVP season last year, but this moment.
Well, the thing about this moment is that, it's no secret that, Phillies fans, we show up more when we're winning. And, the vibe at Citizens Bank Park is, in the regular season, it was kind of, I don't want to even call it flat. I mean, I did have to, I don't know if I told you about this, but I did have to yell at a man who was trying to start the wave when we were getting no hit. We were getting no hit by the Braves in the 6th inning, and this dude's trying to start the wave. But no, so those moments, like us Philly diehards, like we've known what Bryce is, but the fact that like the general Philly area, we're starting get back into Phillies baseball, and Bryce Harper made that moment for everyone. No one's going to forget when Bryce Harper, I mean, the swing of his life. I forget who
that was a great call. That was Joe Davis.
Swing of his life. Yeah.
Excellent
swing
call.
Of his life. Absolutely. The swing of his life. And no, I'll never forget where I was. Where were you for that?
So we have YouTube TV, so we're at
the best.
It's the greatest thing ever. So there is a bit of a delay, and my brother was on Twitter and scrolling through, and he, like, that at bat was happening. I was so dialed in that in the moment I didn't even realize it, because I just started celebrating when he hit it. He looked at me like this, like before Harper hit it, he was like, and I'm like, I didn't even realize in the moment, because I thought he was just looking at me because like I was like into it. But in that moment, I realized he looked at me because he knew Bryce Harper was going to hit a home run there. And I lost it. Like, I lost my voice.
Oh, yeah.
I was screaming so much. I was screaming at David Robertson in the 9th inning. I was screaming when we clinched, and I really thought that Castellanos and Segura were going to collide on that last play.
Oh, and dude, the audible, we talk about the Philly diehards and people, everyone I was watching with, they're not a full 162. And the looks on the faces that went my way when the camera showed Robertson warming up, and I just went, oh my God, we are just after all this happiness, it was just the exact opposite emotion, just leaving my body. I was like, God damn. I was certain we were done. And then I was getting proven right, and everyone's like, the hell?
Well, when he got that first out, I'm like, oh, he's got this. And then he walked 2 batters, and I'm like,
because people are like, well, he's got the playoff experience. I was like,
I don't care. He's 38 years old.
I was gonna say, playoff experience doesn't help when it happened a decade ago with the Yankees.
Literally. And I swear to God, in that moment, if I saw Brad Hand warming up, I might have driven down to Philadelphia and beaten the living hell out of Rob Thompson. But luckily we didn't.
No, luckily we're here with this bullpen.
And we're in the World Series, buddy. We're in the World Series.
We're here. It doesn't feel real. It's not going to feel real for a long time.
No.
But maybe by the time the games start.
There are some teams that got us to this point. And I think...
Oh, where do we start?
I think I want to start in 2018. Because
we're there's some years before that happened.
I know we'll get there.
All right.
But for me, I would love to start in 2018 because first of all, that was Reese's first full season.
That was the year.
Because remember, he got called up 2017.
And that was the year they tried to make Reese Hoskins the left fielder.
Oh, the left field.
Because they signed Santana away from
it was Cleveland.
Yeah.
What move was Matt Klentak thinking when you have a first baseman already?
That was the thing. Santana's not a bad player, and if we had the DH in the NHL in the NL at that point,
it would have been fine.
Would have been a different story. Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, I'll never forget Santana's biggest contributions to this team, which was
walking.
No, which was destroying
a
television while people were playing Fortnite on it.
Yeah.
Good job there.
You, but
now, what do we?
So 2018, you have. I gotta look this up. Because the starting rotation is hilarious in 2018,
and that was
it was led by Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola's Cy Young year that year.
That was the third in the year, but that was in the middle of the years. And correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a long multi-season stretch the Phillies went without having a left-handed pitcher start a game.
Yes, that was one of the
we were right in the thick of that.
Yes, that was. I think that streak was broken this year because Ranger Suarez.
Was it this? It was not this year.
No, 2018. I'm talking about 2018.
Oh, I was gonna say, dog. It'd be like a decade.
No. So,
what are you looking at? I'm trying to think of the names that you're
Phillies
looking at.
Opening day rotation. Aaron Nola, obviously.
Wait. Let me try and think if I can think of any of those names. We got Aaron Nola.
We signed this player to
Eflin's got to be on there.
He is.
Jake Arrieta is who you're talking about.
That was the first Arrieta name.
Hand up. I wanted Jake Arrieta.
So did I. And God, he was only good this year.
But
he was only good in 2018.
But not only did I want him, but I said, I don't care if he gets really bad. After the first year, I was like, we are so in the mud. We need a name here. We need a pitcher. Just get him whatever it costs. And they did exactly what I wanted them to do. And
he sucked.
He's bomb. All right. So
I like him, but I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, Arrieta's cool. Yeah, I'm sure he's a cool guy.
Cool dude. So Nola, Arrieta, Eflin. There's like 2 more names, but there's one that's kind of a fringe guy.
Vince Velasquez. Yeah. That bum. Oh my gosh. That was when they clinched the NLDS. I was in the stadium. I grabbed my friend. I said, "This is all because we got rid of that inept Vince Velasquez." And where's
Vincent Velasquez? He's on the White Sox. He had
on a team that was supposed to go to the World Series.
He had a 5 ERA this year, dude.
Nah, but he's gonna get another chance somewhere. But
he is.
all right, so
there's one more guy, and I was all in on this player, and he never panned out.
So was it? Oh, it wasn't Spencer Howard, was it?
No, this was before.
That was a couple years. Yeah. It wasn't. Jesse Biddle was a little bit before that.
That was before
Jesse Biddle.
Oh.
Dude was a prospect for like 8 years.
I will give you a hint. This player currently is on the Boston Red Sox.
Mr. Pavetta.
Yeah, big
Mr.
game
Pavetta himself.
Big game Pavetta.
Yeah, I was
You also had some starts by Ben Lively in that season as well.
Ben Lively. That's the kind of name you'll hear. He's going to pop up in the Phillies broadcasting booth in a couple years.
No, I would rather him than Ben Davis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Ben Davis. They made
dude. Do you know Ben Davis was a catcher? Did you know that? That's crazy.
Did you know that if you threw a baseball at Ben Davis's hair, you'd dent the baseball? I mean, look, that dude, like,
his only legacy.
Audacity, the worst part about that crew is when it's like the 7th inning and they're like previewing the post-game show. You got Ben Davis, Ricky Bowe, and Michael Barkhan standing there with like leading all baseball bats like they're Mr. Met. It's like, dude, you haven't swung that thing in 20 years. Like,
even when you did, Ben Davis, you're only known
for
breaking up a no-hitter, Ben Davis.
They look like they're posing for a media kit for the Phillies. Like, just they're clowns. Barkhan's all right. Ricky Bowe needs to have been a bit better in his career to say all the stuff he says, but continue. Yeah, I'm gonna keep bringing you off track.
Dude, it's fine. We also had the bullpen. This was Sir Anthony's first year. It was 2018,
and he was like good. He was kind of good that year.
He was excellent this year. We also had we had Hector. We love Hector. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to take the ring away from you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even put. Dude, every time I'd see him warming up this playoffs, I'd say 2 years, 17 mil. We could have easily done that.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be Hector.
Yeah. This was Tommy Hunter's first year. But then we get to Philly legends Pat Neshek, Hobie Milner. You had Adam Morgan.
Hobie Milner, dude. That's a name that someone made to be like, look how goofy this generated player name in Madden is.
Well, yeah, dude. He's on the Brewers now. Brewers legend Hobie Milner.
I'm surprised he's still in the league. Good for him.
So am I. Good for him. But I think more importantly is to look at this lineup.
So, now, is this the opening day lineup? Because I know they traded for Wilson Ramos that year.
Yes, this is the opening day lineup.
Okay.
Well,
I don't even know who was,
but this is the
roster. I don't even know who was our starting.
So,
God, I know exactly who it was. Yeah.
Who was the starting catcher in 2018?
It was Alfaro.
It was
right?
Alfaro.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you had Santana at first.
Yep.
We had I still love this player to this day. Cesar Hernandez at second.
Yep. Love Cesar.
I love him.
I don't know why, but I love Cesar.
And I just want to give a salute. Scott Kingery. Bryson Stott is everything you should have been.
I'm sorry that the Phillies front office and coaching staff just absolutely ruined you and tried to play you at every single position but the one that you've been playing for your entire life. Is he with a different organization now?
No, he's still here. He's still under contract.
Still in a like apartment complex in Lehigh Valley. All right.
You then had Maikel Franco. Still love him.
I got my Maikel Franco jersey hanging in the closet.
Yeah.
And I probably got it. I got the Maikel Franco t-shirt around here too. I was in on that, dude.
Yeah, dude, the guy raked. You then had Rhys Hoskins in left field. You had that absolute dummy Odubel Herrera in center. And then you had Nick Williams in right field.
Nick Williams. I remember Nick Williams was supposed to be the
he was supposed to be the guy, and then Bryce Harper signed here.
Well, that trade they got him in, the Cole Hamels trade, that was supposed to be the Phillies' little like Herschel Walker trade. Like that's an article somewhere. You could probably go find it. Like, they got Alfaro, Knapp.
Who was in that Hamels trade? Let's see.
It was Alfaro. I'm pretty sure Andrew Knapp was in it too. Nick Williams.
No, I think he was drafted by the Phillies. Knapp.
Okay. I mean, I believe you. I don't know. But no, it's definitely Alfaro, Nick Williams, and some pitcher.
Dude, I'm just going to Cole Hamels Wikipedia because this
topic. Do you like my Johnny Manziel poster?
I absolutely love Johnny Manziel. Guy's an electric factory.
I bought that when he was a rookie, and like thinking that
Did you think he was?
I
Yeah.
know. I thought he was gonna be. Well, like I loved him, but I was like, if he's a bust, this will be hilarious.
And lo and behold,
And here we are. It's hilarious.
And here we are. It's okay. So on July 31st, 2015, Hamels was traded to the Texas Rangers along with Jake Diekman for Matt Harrison, Nick Williams, Jorge Alfaro, Jake Thompson, Alec Asher, and Jared Eichhoff.
Jake Thompson. That's the pitcher I was thinking of, dude. Wait, we got Eichhoff in that too?
Yeah. That was a huge, like, dude, I don't know how.
I thought every single one of those guys was going to be good.
I mean, Alfaro isn't bad.
No, he's not bad, but he wasn't like
great
centerpiece of the Cole Hamels trade. Good.
No,
I mean, Jake, when you first said that, I thought you were saying we got Jake Diekman in return. I remember now that we sent him there. Jake Diekman's probably the second best player involved in that trade when you look back at it.
Yeah,
he's still playing.
Yeah, I mean, he's on the Athletics, right?
He's been bouncing around. Yeah, they may have traded him this
year.
Oh
no, he was on the Red Sox or the White Sox last year. He was on one of the Sox last year. He got traded there.
He's been on a bunch of different teams, but it's not because he's bad. It's because
bring him home.
Yeah.
Bring him home.
I don't know if that makes a lot of it. Bring him home.
Bring him home. And 2018, that was the 5 first basemen in one lineup. You had Justin Bour, Carlos Santana, Asdrubal Cabrera, Rhys Hoskins, and Wilson Ramos, all 1 through 5. That was a dark year, but for some,
that was a dark trade deadline.
But here's the thing: how were we so competitive with that lineup and that rotation and that bullpen? How were we so competitive?
When you think back to then, like the Mets were nothing. I mean, the Mets were like what we were. Like they maybe made the playoffs this year. I don't think they did.
No, they didn't make the playoffs.
The Braves were not what they've become, and the Nationals were. I mean, the Nationals up until like a week before the playoffs started in 2019, they were still that like good, not great, never going to win anything team.
Yeah.
So
it was a very weird transition year. You know, you had the Phillies going from bad to good, the Braves bad to good, the Mets bad to good, and then you had the Nationals going from really good to really bad. Obviously that was Harper's last year with the Nats. That was Soto's first year. How the hell didn't you win the World Series when you had Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, Anthony Rendon, Trey Turner all in the same lineup?
What I don't get is how the hell do you go from Bryce Harper in your left field for like 7 years to Juan Soto? It's like the Packers,
but then they just traded him. And then
that's true. But it's like the Packers like going from Favre to Rodgers. It's like, this isn't fair. Like,
I know.
Supposed to be mediocrity in the middle. You went from superstar to arguably more superstar. Yeah. But now he's gone. But they're going to be a wagon. But
oh my God, dude! The Nationals are going to be so good.
Yeah, don't talk to me in 2025.
Yeah, no. I'll still be drunk from the Phillies' 5th consecutive World Series victory. Yeah. Will, what Philadelphia Phillies team would you like to talk about? There's a lot, you know. You had the Aaron Harang year.
I think the worst year of the rebuild was 2015.
Yeah, that was the 100 loss.
That was
rough to watch.
And especially the worst part about like that team was that we were watching like the ghosts of our heroes like limp out there. Like you were almost like not even almost, you were like relieved for the guys. Like when Chooch and Utley got traded.
Yeah.
You're like, hell yeah, man. Like I wouldn't want
to go get yourself another one.
Try to get another ring. Yeah. I mean, there's that video of Chooch and Utley celebrating in the locker room together and when they were Dodgers and like
how come the Dodgers traded for like all of our washed up stars?
Everyone. The Kings did this. I don't know what's up with Los Angeles and like former Philly stars, but the Kings, like they got Carter and Richards that one year. Like
I remember that.
And then the who did they not have? I mean, they had Utley, Rollins, Hamels. Well, Hamels for a day, but
what did Hamels get traded to the Dodgers?
No, he didn't get traded, but I don't remember last year he signed a contract.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he like had like 3 workouts and ripped his elbow out of the socket of the one.
And everybody was like, Dombrowski, go get Hamels. And I trusted my guy, Dave Dombrowski. He knew what he was doing.
No, I wanted him so bad.
Oh, so did I, dude. Oh my God. I wanted him
because
so
bad, but that was like when they wanted him, it was like we weren't good, really. Like, we were still competing and we thought, going into the last couple of years, like we could compete for something.
Yeah.
At the same time, it was like, like the very least, like give me something to go to the ballpark and like cheer for. Like I would love to go, see another Cole Hamels start in a Phillies uniform. But Teams I want to talk to. I mean, 2015, like
Yeah, the Hamels. That was the
honestly,
Hamels no-hitter year, right?
Yeah, it was the last game before he got traded. But honestly, when I look back on like the last decade of like misery, I think more about the players specifically.
Yeah, more so than the teams, because the teams were just put together at that point.
Yeah, and like I feel like that each manager in that era, like they had like their own little different regime of misery. You know, like I mean, Pete Mackanin, is that a name?
It was okay. Here's the thing. I loved Pete Mackanin as
out of all the managers they had between Thompson and Manuel, he might have been the best. Like baseball.
Yeah, like if he, I feel like would have been successful in any other situation other than
he just doesn't. I don't think he's got. You know, he's just he's just a dude. That's what I'm saying. Like Pete Mackanin. You follow Pete Mackanin into battle. Wouldn't follow Pete Mackanin into a grocery store. You got Gabe Kapler. I mean, I
think wonder.
I mean, I think you and I were somewhat on the same page when they fired him. Where it's like, if you're gonna fire him, but like you better have a plan.
Yeah.
The plan was
the he who shall not be named.
The he who will be on MLB Network next year.
Talking about the Phillies in the playoffs.
Who else was in there? Oh, don't even get me started. I got a signed photo of him right above me, but only because he's a Hall of Famer in his own right, Ryan Sandberg. What a
misfire that hiring was.
No, and that's why that was like the last time where Jimmy Rollins was the voice of that like era of Phillies baseball, and he just was like, this dude ain't it.
Yeah,
and he wasn't. I mean, no. You know, you look at Ryan Sandberg, he was in the Cubs farm system as a manager for like a decade, and they never once made him a manager at any level. So I don't know. It's just, like I said, when I look back on this decade of Phillies misery, like decisions like that to make Ryan Sandberg just hand him the keys to the kingdom and be like, oh, we shouldn't have traded you. So here's, I don't know. I just, like I said, I like to look back at like the names rather than like the seasons, because it's just all a blur at this point.
All right, well, entertain for like 5 minutes. Just go on about something, because we're moving stuff down here.
All right. Yeah. So let me think about. All right. So I'll talk about that Braves fan the other day. So this was when's Dom's birthday? This was like a month ago, almost to the day. We were down at Citizens Bank Park for my friend Dominic's birthday. The team was not playing particularly well. We were into the 6th inning, and the Phillies had not recorded a hit against the Atlanta Braves. Obviously, this is not good, because in baseball, the goal is to, you know, hit the ball and get into play. The Phillies had yet to do that. So I, as someone who takes Philadelphia Phillies baseball, one could say, a little too seriously, was not in the best mood. And all my friends had gone to Xfinity at that point, but I said, I'm not leaving this building until the Phillies get a hit, because if, you know, what better way to capture just how sad this organization can be than to watch a no-hitter against a division rival in the first playoff race in a decade. Wouldn't you know that a man 2 sections over did not care about the product on the field. He wanted his moment in the sun, and tried to start the wave for like 25 minutes. This man was standing at like with the security guard, to which section security guard, I know you're looking for like drunk people and rude people, but you could also kick out annoying people. Like, that's not against the rules. So he was just trying to get the wave, and I finally said enough was enough. And there's, you know, I just was just yelling like, dude, we're in a playoff race. And it was essentially a battle of who cared more. Did he care about actually getting the wave going more, or did I care about getting my point across, what I thought was right? If you know me, you know the answer to that question, because I just kind of stood there with him, and every time he tried to get going, I would kind of point around to the 12 people doing it, being like, oh no, it's not working. Please stop. We haven't gotten a hit yet. So I don't know, Jared, you can cut me off whenever you want if you're good. But that was my story. They ended up getting a hit. Gene Segura got like a double to the wall. They didn't win. I watched the end of the game from Xfinity Live, because I'm as much as I love the Phillies, I also love my friends, and I had to join them on my friend's birthday. So that was at a point in time where I thought the Phillies were going to blow the playoffs to the Milwaukee Brewers, a sad organization who doesn't like the win.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Matt Klentak for tanking the Brewers organization. But he now has tackled 2 organizations. Luckily, we have come back. My brothers are currently down here moving a bunch of stuff around, which is why I was having you take away that story. And he's still going. They're still going. I don't know what's being picked up and what's not. Oh dear God, that's just all right. Well, oh my Lord, I'm gonna hold that. Okay. All right. So before we go, because I only got like 8 minutes. Well,
I just realized you should have told me, dog. All I do is talk. You gotta stop me from talking.
Sure this whole section's clear, so when the AC people come in,
okay, I don't care.
So to recap,
yes,
Tyler Goodell is a bum. Cameron Rupp, dude, I got into a Twitter fight with him. He's a fraud.
You got into a Twitter beef with Cameron Rupp?
Dude, he was tweeting about the Cowboys in 2015.
What are you doing? You play for the Phillies.
No. It gets so much better. He was tweeting about the Cowboys, blah, blah, blah. So you can find the tweet. I'll find it. I'll send it to you. But I tweeted at Cameron Rupp. I said, like, you are not good enough to tweet stuff like this in Philadelphia. Essentially, like,
I'm gonna try to.
Yeah, it searches his at in my Twitter.
Yeah,
I was like, you're not good enough to do this. And whatever he said to me, like, we went back and forth. And he's a Cowboys fan. If you're a fan of your team and like you have to move, like if I moved to Dallas for work, I mean, obviously I'm not a professional athlete. I could be. You haven't seen me throw a football, but obviously I'm not a professional athlete. But I would still rock with my teams. Having said that, if you're on his social media, because he doesn't post much anymore, one of his last.
Wait, here we go.
You found the tweet?
Yeah, I found it. I got it right here. So Cameron Rupp tweets on the December 22nd, 2013. Well done, Romo. 2 exclamation points. Will follows up with it at Cameron Rupp. If you want to make any Phillies fan like you, I'd start by not tweeting about being a Cowboys fan. #Fly Eagles Fly.
That was way meaner.
Oh wait, did he ever respond? Oh no, it was just a bunch of people getting mad.
I think he like either quote tweeted it or like retweeted it.
He definitely deleted it.
We had some sort of interaction. But like I just said, you want to rock with your teams, fine. Having said that,
you got into it with this guy Greg at Great Jihad.
I'm sorry, Greg Jihad.
So you guys go at it, and oh my god! Oh my god! So anyway,
just to put a bow on Cameron Rupp being Mr. Root for your teams, right? You look at his Instagram. One of his last posts was February of 2018. Him wearing a LeGarrette Blount jersey saying "Go Eagles." So Cameron Rupp, I hope you're enjoying this from home.
I hope you're enjoying retirement, you little. Oh wait, no, he's not.
All right, what's your closing points? Because we're gonna get kicked out before you want to.
Yeah. Okay. This podcast was all over the place in the best way possible. We did exactly.
I'll be back.
We'll be back. We're gonna have off-season stuff, World Series stuff. Will be returning. I'm gonna put like a Marvel credit. Will Corr will return. Period.
You actually got to do that.
Right? Absolutely, I will. So closing remark: Phillies play Friday, 8:00. It looks like it's going to be Aaron Nola, Game 1. I don't hate it. That's the right decision.
Yeah,
he shoved against the Astros in the clincher. He looked really good.
And also
Wheeler an extra day of rest.
And listen, it's probably going to be. I'm assuming it's Verlander for the Astros. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Verlander, Valdez, 1-2.
Verlander in 7 career World Series games is 0-6 as a starter with a 5.86 ERA. So
come and get it, baby.
You want to put some. I personally would rather if obviously you can't bank on one of the greatest pitchers of all time having a performance like that. Having said that, if you want to save the stronger pitcher to not have to go against Verlander and the chance that he does unravel, then I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I like Nola in Game 1. I like giving Wheeler an extra day rest because he kind of fizzled out towards the end of his last start. And then obviously it's going to be Ranger game 3, and then probably a bullpen
Mr.
game 4.
Ranger.
Mr. Ranger, Mr. Ranger. So as everybody knows, yesterday I said my prediction: Phillies in 5. My World Series MVP is Alec Boehm. Will, give me your prediction, buddy.
It's hard to predict a series like this. You know, I would be remiss to not acknowledge that the Astros are a wagon. Like,
yeah, they're a juggernaut.
So good top to bottom. They're like truly a complete team. I'm never gonna pick against my Phillies in a situation like this.
Of course.
I can't see a situation where we can close it in 5. If they could somehow, they could close this series down game 5 on a Wednesday night in Citizens Bank Park, it would just it truly would be one of the most special things that happened in Philadelphia sports. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Phillies in 7. I really think it's gonna get that far. You know, the Nationals went to 7 with them. The Astros, or the keep saying the Astros, the
Braves went to
6.
7. No, I thought it was 7.
6.
No,
Maybe
I thought it was 7.
I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. Anyway, the point is that it's great. We're in the World Series because we deserve to be in the World Series, because we're a great team that's gotten incredibly hot. But
no, you're right. It was 6 games.
But no, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like this is a David versus Goliath fight. You know, I've said listen, the entirety of this 11-year drought, just get in and see what happens. Because
we've seen baseball
is the one sport where truly anything can happen once the playoffs start. And so, you know, you don't get there by accident. We are a good team and we can compete with the Astros. I do think it's going to be, a slog like no other playoff series has been by far. Phillies in 7. Playoff MVP, I'm going to go with Zach Wheeler.
Zach Wheeler, I like it.
Zach Wheeler is that dude. I'm buying a Zach Wheeler jersey just because I don't think enough people are wearing Zach Wheeler jerseys.
It's fair.
This dude is
one of the best contract. It's the best contract in the sport.
It's the best pitcher we've had in pinstripe since 2011, and that is not an understatement. I mean, he truly is. I
mean, Nola's good, but Wheeler is.
Nola's great, but
that dude.
And you talk about the contract. I'm sure I didn't think that this would happen. I
thought we were getting a good pitcher. I didn't think we were
good,
getting
not great. I thought we were, exactly. I thought he would be behind Nola. I thought it would be the other way around, that Nola would be the stud and Wheeler would be the, reliable
solid number 2.
Yeah. But no, I'm going. So Phillies in 7.
Okay.
World Series MVP is Aaron Nola or Zach Wheeler. I could see Reese turn it on. Reese or Schwarber. They're my little. I don't want to say.
I have a gut feeling about.
I would love to see it. Alec Boehm would be poetic, getting World Series MVP,
and that would be full circle.
Going
from I hate this place.
I wanted to trade that dude for like a third round or like a third starter. In the spring training.
But we're here. We're doing great. Before we wrap up, Will, I would like to thank you for blessing me with your presence. Do you have any closing remarks for this?
No, I mean, thank you for having me. You know, I love that you're, getting this going, and obviously we love our Phils and we're always texting about these games. So, it's a natural fit for us to just kind of jump on here and just riff about them. So I really appreciate you asking me to be on. Quick shout out to Matt Gornall, loyal listener. He told me he loves the show.
Shout out,
Gorn, you're the best.
Love you, Gorn.
No, that's about it. I'm just looking forward to Friday, man.
Yeah,
just
man. It's gonna be
just
great.
get me to Friday.
Get me to Friday.